just like right here. I don't know if we or just rip a paper. Yeah.
Hello and welcome back to the campus of RFK Stadium for the second game of the New York Titans Washington Admirals series. My name is Jack McGovern. I'm here with Naresh Adala.
Hello, everyone. We're ready for game 2. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It looks like we have a couple of new people on the starting line.
Yeah. For the Titans, it looks like Molly Potter and Lindsay Morella are in the game, along with J.C. Arancibia and John Jackson, with Frank Minson and Isaac Cerna-Diaz at beater. For the Washington Admirals, lining up are John Sheridan, Tyler Trudeau in at chaser, along with Julia Baer. A fourth chaser coming out now.
Looks like that's Brian Mulcahy.
That's Brian Mulcahy. Thanks, Naresh. And in the beater game, it's that starting beater pair of Bernie Burgess and Katrina Hicks that was so dominant in Game 1. It'll be interesting to see if the Washington Admirals can repeat their strong start in Game 2 after falling to the Titans in Game 1. And the referees get set. Chris LeCompte is a head ref. And Arancibia is going to recover the quaffle for John Jackson. The Titans will start Game 2 with possession, just like Game 1. The Titans also recover bludger control with Frank Minson and Isaac Cerna-Diaz, unlike Game 1. Minson immediately going to work. Cerna-Diaz beats out Hicks.
And with
the Admirals have no bludgers, but they swarm Molly Potter, and the Titans score. That's J.C. Arancibia with the goal. Play is stopped from the referees.
That was just a great athletic play by Molly Potter, who's going to the ground and threw it up to J.C., and J.C. with a great shot. This Titans team doesn't want to repeat how they started Game 1, and it shows with a quick and fast start.
Yeah, it seems like their confidence is growing with that Game 1 victory. And the goal is taken away?
It looks like the goal is taken away. The goal's been negated. I didn't hear the call, but
John Sheridan now with the quaffle.
There was a quaffle turnover. So, okay, so 0-0. Let's reset it, I guess.
Throws back to Tyler Trudeau, and the Washington Admirals will now look to start Game 2 with the score at 0-0.
It's a quick sub of Bernardo Burgess and Katrina Hicks. They got Smith and Nardone in. Smith just got beat out. Nardone with a great attempt to recover.
Nardone recovers bludger control, and Sheridan working behind the hoops looks, and he is called off broom, and the Titans are going to recover the quaffle. That was a big play from Cody Nardone to recover bludger control, along with Melissa Smith.
They got Rachel Ayala Silver coming in with Frank Minson, so we'll see how this partnership will go for the Titans beater this series.
J.C. Arancibia with the quaffle behind the hoops. Looks back to Jackson. Jackson jukes on Sheridan. Potter with the screen to free up Jackson. Swings to Potter, who takes her space, shoots, and it's blocked. Tyler Trudeau now working on the quaffle, and Minson throws his bludger. Minson doesn't see Trudeau. Now he does. Trudeau blocks the beat. David Fox with the quaffle. And assistant ref Ricky Nelson is signaling a beater penalty.
Oh, looks like Frank might be getting a card here. Looks like they're calling a. It looks like he was beat before, but he continued. Yep.
And a blue card is issued to Frank Minson for interaction after a beat.
You know, this Titans chaser line, just with Fox, Jackson, and Aaron Sebia, that's look at the height on that team.
Yeah, the Titans have height, and they're going to use it.
Yeah.
It makes them a very difficult team to pass around the hoops on. The Admirals have done well, though. That they've found their connections.
Potter with
Trudeau
a great wrap on Trudeau, but Trudeau dodges it.
Trudeau
Fox
is
with a
wrapped
great
by
tackle.
Fox. Jackson swarms him on the ground.
Ooh, this game's starting to get chippy early. It's just everyone's just trying to get the ball right now. It's currently being turtled by the keeper, John Jackson.
And John Jackson recovers the quaffle. The score is still 0-0 as we approach 3 minutes.
What a difference a game can make, yeah? Because by this time game one, we were already at, what, 30-10 or something like that?
That's exactly right.
It was a
the
fast-paced
teams have
game.
definitely come out with a more conservative approach in this second game. And Frank Minson is released from the penalty box. Rachel Ayala Silver protecting John Jackson at the top of the key now. Nardone and Melissa Smith sitting back for the Washington Admirals. Jackson driving, looks to shoot, but blocked by Trudeau. And Jackson picks up the rebound and scores for the first goal of the game, 10-0, New York Titans.
You know what? That's just about following your shot. Jackson followed his shot, got his own rebound, and put it through.
The Admirals will now look to respond.
You know, one or two hustle goals per game honestly can make the huge difference, and we just saw something from the Titans put up that hustle goal. So it's just really going to have to see how Admirals respond to this.
John Sheridan probing on Ellie Lisek. Sheridan back to Trudeau. Trudeau's looking for Bear on the wing, approached by Rachel Ayala Silver, pressured and intercepted by JC Arancibia, who turtles with the quaffle. And Rachel Ayala Silver will come and clean up for the Titans. Ayala Silver's been everywhere since entering the game for the Titans.
It'll have to be seen how the Titans play their quaffle core this game, with Peter Lawrence getting red carded out this past game.
Titans are relying on that height. And the Admirals attempted a press, but Yada swung to David Fox. And now the Titans will reset as JC Arancibia gathers the quaffle in the keeper zone.
Honestly, that reset was made by just such a great heads-up play by David Fox, who, as he was going down, just threw it back into his own side.
Yeah, he knew that he had several players back. It was great field awareness. And Michael Parada with Frank Minson on the wing, working on John Sheridan. Parada runs around to the back of the hoops, and the Titans are going to attack from a different angle. Parada throws, but hits beater Melissa Smith. And the Titans, or the Admirals are working on Frank Minson is back for the Titans.
Smith gets beat out. Nardone misses the beat on Frank, and then Frank with the beat on Nardone.
And that's a long shot from Tyler Trudeau to tie the score at 10-10. JC Arancibia rambling up the pitch with the quaffle, looking to score on Trudeau, and he's hit. And that's recovered by Brian Mulcahy of the Admirals.
You know what that felt like? That felt like two trains just meeting head to head. Trudeau and Arancibia just meeting. That was a great tackle by Trudeau to stop the goal. And we've seen how unstoppable Arancibia can get when he's running full steam.
Oh yeah, I like the train metaphor as we sit here in the shadow of the DC Metro.
Looks like Burgess and Hicks are back in. That was a pretty solid run by Melissa Smith and Cody Nardone to hold down the beater core.
That's right. I completely agree. Responsible for good beating is responsible for the lower score in this game. And the Titans recover the quaffle. Not sure exactly what happened on that play.
So on that play, it looks like Mulcahy missed the catch and then eventually got beat out by CJ Jr.
Thanks, Naresh.
Got you.
And Taylor Crawford now with the quaffle.
This Titans team really is a different team when they do have control, and they've shown it every time, and even in Game 1, where when they have control, it just feels like their offense is a lot more organized, right? Would that be the correct word?
Yeah.
Obviously, that was just a tougher shot, but it just feels like their offense is a lot more structured when they have control.
Yeah. That was Parada looking for Ellie Lisek on the play. The beater pairing for the New York Titans is CJ Jr. and Kerry Donnelly, the Emerson College, former Emerson College players. Dale Farnan with the quaffle now for the Washington Admirals.
And I think that's something we really notice when TJ Jennert's in this game, where as great as he is, he's still such a young player. And obviously you saw right there, you see how athletic and how just game changer he can be. But also if you, in the beginning of that play, you saw Dale Farnan having to dictate where TJ was going.
Yeah, he's been a spark plug for the Washington Admirals, and he probes and finds the goal from the wing for the Admirals there to go up 20-10. Unless the referees are going to have something to say here.
Also has 70 minutes left.
There's no foul in the play, so the goal is good. So it's 20-10 Washington. And here we go again. It's another great two teams with great quaffle lines just go trading blows back and forth.
Yeah, this has been fun to watch so far.
Thank you.
You know what I think is interesting? It's I think pairing this their starting beater line with more second string quaffle players for Admirals might actually be a stronger pairing when you have the upper tier quaffle players with the second tier beating. I know that's just a lot of numbers,
No,
but
it makes a lot of sense. Parada looking for Hagag.
and the ball did roll off pitch.
Yeah, it's an uncharacteristic mistake from the veteran chasers of the New York Titans in the game right now. This is that very experienced line of Michael Parada, Mo Hagag, Taylor Crawford, and Lindsay Morella. And that's a recovery of bludger control, too, from Kerry Donnelly of the New York Titans. Rosenberg beats out Hicks. Donnelly standing back.
Burgess just got control back for the Admirals. Hicks is about to pick up the third bludger that's just rolled off pitch.
TJ Jenneret working on Lindsay Morella.
Rachel Hield's back in this game.
Rachel Hield now with the quaffle. Looking for Dale Farnan. Back to Hield. And Kerry Donnelly is very active here for the Titans, preventing any type of penetration. And there's a huge collision.
What's game time?
And that's a contact from behind yellow card from Michael Parada, who will go to the penalty box as he hands off the keeper headband to Mo Hagag. The Titans will be a chaser down as the Admirals look to score.
It's not the box. Box is over there.
Carrie Donnelly will pressure Rachel Heald and beat her out as the the Admirals will have to reset at the beginning of this 1-minute penalty. This will be big if the Titans can kill this penalty here.
Absolutely, especially with obviously with Yada down, who's one of their more experienced quaffle players, as we were talking about earlier.
Absolutely.
It's a no-bludger situation,
driving,
and let's see what
no-bludger situation
Farnan does.
created, and Farnan scores on the middle hoop, and the Titans go up the Admirals go up 30-10. Oh, those are my keys. And Michael Parada with the quaffle. A lot of beater action. Carrie Donnelly makes an outstanding catch on Bernie Burgess and beats him out. And Mo Hagag beat out by the Admirals. And the Titans will waste that wonderful chance created by Carrie Donnelly. She's been on fire in this shift. The game reaches the 12-minute mark. Still 30-10 Washington over New York.
Well, we have a new beating pair right now. Colin Byrne in with Julia Bear. We'll have to see how Bear fares in her first minutes in at beater for this Admirals team.
Yeah, and head coach of the Admirals, Tyra Trudeau, mentioned to me that Colin Bourne is making his competitive debut as a beater. He's a West Virginia University chaser, usually. And a reset is used by Washington. That's an unforced error by Rachel Heald, the U.S. national team player. Heald, taking her space, finds Jennerette behind the hoops, who's working on Morella, looking for an opening, shoots and scores. TJ Jennerette, unafraid to unleash the cannon, scores for Washington to go up 40-10. Jennerette motions to the crowd, the home crowd on the opposite side of the field, raises their voices and claps.
And in that chaos, in that excitement, it looks like Admirals did get control back. So this is a lot of excitement going on in the Admirals sideline right now.
Yeah, this is so interesting to see this pairing of Julia Bear and Colin Bourne out on the field right now for the Titans.
Looks like Frank Minson's back in to potentially try to cause some chaos.
With Carrie Donnelly still in the game for the Titans with the bludger. Donnelly is beat out by Bear. Bear beats Jackson. And Morella is being pressured by Jennerette. And play is stopped. That is going to be a penalty on Jennerette for an illegal slide. That is a yellow card for Jennerette.
You know what, if he had just waited a couple more seconds, he had his beater coming right up behind who could have beat out Morella, and TJ would have gotten a fast break goal. I think that's just awareness. It's such a young player. This is what, I'd say third competitive tournament, because I do know Jennerette was in a tournament against UVA, and he went to Atlantic Challenge, and this is legitimately his third competitive Quidditch event. So obviously the experience that he's going to gain this weekend is nothing than that he's gained in practice so far.
Yeah, it's good to remember just how long these players have been away from Quidditch, and for some of the younger players, that's longer than they ever even played Quidditch before, as Major League Quidditch is the first league in the United States to restart play after the COVID-19 pandemic. All players are fully vaccinated.
Bear just beat out Donnelly, and looks like they might be calling the net contact.
And this is another penalty on the Washington Admirals, who will go 2 chasers down. And the New York Titans need to get their second goal here as we're at the 14-minute mark in this game, and they are still at 1 goal. No foul on the play is called by head ref Chris Lecomte after further review.
Oh. Looks like Admirals just got lucky with another behind-the-back contact where the refs just told the Colin Byrne to run back 2 hoops.
Yeah, the Admirals bench is certainly protesting the call. Dale Farnan bringing up the quaffle for the Washington Admirals. The Admirals have so many comfortable ball handlers. Rachel Heald is another right now as she looks, she drives, looking for Cole, cuts towards the hoops. And Frank Minson blocks the quaffle with a bludger, and now he's going to beat out Dale Farnan, but Julia Bear steps in and beats out Minson.
Oh, you know what? That was a double beat by Bear. The ball bounced off of, looks like the ball had bounced off of Frank and then bounced off Lindsay Morella as well. So it looks like the quaffle will be going back to the Admirals here.
And Bear high fives her teammate Colin Bourne. They have been dominant since they entered the game. And let me tell you, Julia Bear did a TV interview before the game, jumps right in, and is dominating the game at beater right now. There is a blue card being called at the moment. Not sure to whom.
It looks like Morella. Ball roll all the way to a stop before picking it up, and that allows number 30 Farnan to get back in play.
And the game has passed the 15-minute mark now with the score at 40-10 Washington. Rachel Heald working, looking. Heald passes
To Littleton.
Swung
Littleton passes
over
it
to
Cole.
Cole. And John Jackson will recover the quaffle after the quaffle rolls out of bounds.
Donnelly just subbing off after a dominant shift to be with Rachel Silver coming in for her.
Yeah, I completely agree. Carrie Donnelly has been one of the bright spots for the Titans in a really low-scoring game where they have struggled to put points on the board. Ayala Silver dodges the beat from Bear, beats her out. Taylor Crawford working on the wing with no bludgers. Crawford trying to get past. Looks for the pass to Morella, who's out of the penalty box, and Morella scores. 40-20 Washington Admirals. And that's a big goal from the New York Titans as they approach snitch on pitch play, just for a confidence booster to get another point on the board. Justin Cole and Rachel Heald working at the point now. Heald hands it off to Littleton. And Jerome, Bear, and Rachel Ayala Silver. And there's a stoppage. Lots going on right now.
It looks like there was a double B between Bear and Jerome. Don't know what the call is. Yeah, and in the history of MLQ, it looks like Admirals has only taken 1 series from Titans, so this performance this weekend can really be a huge upset if they continue with this quaffle domination.
Taylor Crawford with the quaffle. Jerome beats the Washington Admirals point defender, frees Crawford up. Crawford looking for Fox. Can Fox slot it through? He's blocked by the Admirals chaser.
And a Bourne beat come out of nowhere. It really has to be said, for a first-time competitive beater, Bourne and Bear are really killing it so far.
Yeah, they are. Washington has not looked away from that beater pair since they entered the game. And that's something to be said because of how well Katrina Hicks and Bernie Burgess have played. Jules Bear was a beater for the University of Richmond in her college days. That was quite a long time ago now. Lawrence Lazuski with the quaffle. Lazuski was a Team USA player in 2012. Speaking of a long time ago, Lazuski from Michigan State, now in the Washington area. And Lazuski with the quaffle looks to Rachel Heald on the wing, who is unmarked. Heald looks to Lazuski, who is cutting towards the net, the hoops, and the quaffle is blocked away. Play is stopped. The clock is at 18 minutes and 30 seconds right now as we approach snitch on pitch play. Julia Bear and Colin Bourne have retained bludger control, and the Admirals are sticking with them. I don't blame them.
I mean, yeah, with the amount of with how they've played so far, it's been excellent. Honestly, this allows their starting line of Katrina Hicks and Bernarda Burgess to really get rest for snitch on pitch, which should be in about a minute and 30 seconds so far.
That's a great point, and with such a low-scoring game, snitch on pitch is going to be decisive.
Time is 18:50, so there is about a minute or so until snitch comes on pitch.
John Jackson trying to get past Lazuski and scores. He shouts, "Let's go," as the Titans narrow the lead to 10 points. It is 40-30. The Admirals struggling to hold on to their lead right now as Tyler Trudeau checks back into the game. For the Titans, we're getting our first look at Eric Paguada, who is point defending Trudeau.
Looks like they're trying to run down this clock to get this last possession in before the 20 minutes mark. If you just heard that loud noise, that was just a fireworks off in the distance. People are still celebrating the 4th. Let them be, I think.
Bernie Burgess and Katrina Hicks are back into the game for the Washington Admirals. Trudeau passes to Heald, and the Heald's pass is intercepted by JCR and Sebia.
And that should be.
And halftime is called by head ref Chris Lecomte. And the score is 40-30 Washington, which brings the set score to
105. Should be 105 if.
What's the set score? The set score will be 100 for this
Oh, yeah,
game.
we can't do math, so I apologize for that. But the set score is 100. So, yeah, I mean, hey, Jack, what have you been impressed about so far this second game after they've had about 15, 20 minutes to adjust?
Yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed with how the Washington Beaters have responded. I think there were moments in the first game where the Titans were able to get back into the game because the Washington Beaters were being outplayed. But in this game, they've looked to a couple different combinations who have really held the Titans back and made this a low-scoring game, which the Washington Admirals, as the underdogs in this series, they haven't beat the Titans in a series since 2017. That's what they want. They want this to be close and to have a chance in snitch on pitch play.
Absolutely, and it looks like Kellen Cupid will be seeking for this Titans team, and it's the same matchup. TJ Generate coming in for Admirals, so let's run this back.
But the first time, looking forward to seeing it again.
Absolutely, but I think as a Quidditch fan, this is what we envisioned this weekend to be, right?
Oh, absolutely.
We wanted it to be low scoring, or just these two quaffle teams who are so experienced going back and forth, and the fact that it's 40-30 right now, it's just such a great time.
Yeah, no, absolutely. This matchup has lived up to its billing. This is the series of the week, we should add. as the Washington Admirals begin their season. They're making their season debut, and the New York Titans look to stay undefeated. We'd also like to add that the New Orleans Curse and the San Antonio Soldados are starting in 10 minutes on the New Orleans Curse Facebook page. So
oh,
head
real
over
quick,
there
Frank with a
if
great
you
catch
wanna
and a
take
behind the
look.
back beat. Looks like Titans are single-handed. Frank single-handedly is going to get control back for this team.
And Parada is driving, and the Titans score to tie the game at 40-40. What a swing for the Titans, and Kellen Cupid grabs the quaffle, although play is stopped. And the catch is good. Kellen Cupid takes a bow.
Oh, Kellen with some sauce there. He was bowing and taking a bow to the Admirals sideline. Did not sit well with the Admirals sideline, so we'll have to see how the rest of this game goes.
Keeper John Jackson for the Titans mounts an apology to the Admirals bench.
So the score is 75-40, if I did the math correct.
Yes.
So the Titans are 25 points away from pretty much clinching this series and going 8-0. The Admirals do have a hill to climb, the 60 quaffle points until they can hit that set score. But the way this game is gone, if Admirals can control the beater game, they might have a chance at this.
Yeah, I mean, they outscored the Titans by 30 points to start the game. They're going to have to do that and some to win.
But yeah, I think that in this last couple of seconds, obviously, with all amongst the chaos.
That's a blue card. That's 1 minute in the box. Until Washington scores.
What was the call there, Jack? Did you know what they're calling?
No, I'm not sure. A blue card
For number
is
26
issued. That could be Kellen Cupid, number 25.
Yeah, it looks like they did call Kellen Cupid for an unsportsmanlike conduct.
It might have been on his celebration, which was a bow in the direction of the Washington bench. Head ref Chris Lecomte judged that worthy of a blue card.
Number 25. Cupid is in the box for looks like unsportsmanlike conduct, but we'll see what happens with that.
And Tyler Trudeau bringing up the ball for the Washington Admirals. They are going to have to stage a big comeback here as the sideline cheers them on. Nash, how can the Admirals come back in this game?
I mean, the first thing, they're going to have to get Burgess and Hicks control back. So letting them try to get control back is the biggest thing. And then they just going to have to go from there. It looks like Burgess did get control back. Frank made the beat. Looks like they're calling a bludger turnover. But that also looked like... Yeah, it looks like Trudeau mishandled the ball. The ball dropped, and then Parada hit Trudeau, which obviously you can't hit a defenseless or you can't hit a quaffle player without a ball. But Parada's just getting a back to hoops call. No harm, no foul.
As the referees retrieve a bludger, that is going to be handed to Mohagog in at beater for the Titans, along with Frank Minson. They are going to have bludger control.
Looks like the blue breeder threw it after the beat, which is why the bludger was turned over.
Tyler Trudeau looks to
what awareness!
number 10, Brian Mulcahy, and they score past the beat of Hagog. It is 50-75, and the Admirals have narrowed the lead to 25 points.
And in the chaos, it looks like Burgess and Hicks were able to get control back. This can get very, very interesting.
Oh, I hope it does, Naresh.
Jackson Arancibia and Jason Rosenberg are all new inputs into this Titans offense. See if Rosenberg can make that catch. Rosenberg does make it looks like Frank
Jackson
with another catch.
driving on Sheridan. Jackson wrapped by Trudeau. And he attempts to tap the quaffle, but John Sheridan is there. Sheridan looking for Trudeau, and Trudeau recovers the ball in the quaffle zone, in the keeper zone, and Trudeau is looking for Mulcahy now. I don't think he saw Jason Rosenberg was back there.
You know what? That was very unlucky for Tyler Trudeau and the Admirals. They're calling that the pass went into the hoops, and that should be in the goal. But alas, it hit the goal, it hit the post, and they couldn't capitalize on that.
Rachel Ayala Silver checking back into the game for the Titans, pressuring Burgess, but now she backs off.
I think for as long as Admirals can maintain control, they'll have a very good shot at coming back into this game.
Jackson looking for Fox, who is unmarked. Fox misses the shot.
Okay,
Aaron Sebia is going to recover. And play is stopped.
That's a tough call for Aaron Sebia, who's being called for an illegal slide going into Mulcahy's way. Mulcahy does have the ball, but Ayala Silver is right next to him, so we'll have to see who Mulcahy resets the ball to.
That is an extremely harsh yellow card on Titans chaser JC Arencibia. Mulcahy was not contacted on the play.
It'll really be interesting what Mulcahy decides to do here, because with Sheridan, he has Rosenberg, who's ready to go after Sheridan, and Silver going after
Mulcahy backs up, pressured by A.L. Silver, looks
it
far
right
for
to
Julia Bear. Bear pressured by Rosenberg, dumps it off for Sheridan, cycles around to Trudeau. Trudeau spins. Fox holding Trudeau's hand. Trudeau finds Sheridan, and it's missed low. Sheridan recovers, though. Sheridan throws it to Mulcahy, who's beat by Rachel Ayala Silver. Bernie Burgess comes bursting into the play and beats out Ayala Silver. And there's a no-bludger situation right now for the Admirals. Melissa Smith helps out Tyler Trudeau. Trudeau spinning, looking for Julia Bear, and scored. What a goal from the Washington Admirals. It is 60-75 now. We got a game.
Burgess is absolutely running up and down this field to get control back, and what a great find by Trudeau and great positioning by Bear for that last goal.
And I love what Melissa Smith did there just to free up Tyler Trudeau from David Fox. Just gave Tyler Trudeau the separation he needed to drive towards the hoops. Michael Parada with the quaffle, looking to stop the bleeding for the Titans. Parada pressured by Sheridan,
Great
wrapped
tackle
and
by
tackled,
Sheridan.
looks to Morella, and Morella
with
is
the
beat
beat.
by Cody Nardone. Ooh, and there's no stoppage on the play as Fox runs into Julia Bear. Parada looks to Arencibia and scores. The Admirals are dismayed that no call was made when David Fox ran into Julia Bear and caused her to lose possession of the quaffle. That is a huge no call from the referees there.
Score is 60-85. Titans need 2 more goals to clinch this series, and Admirals need 40. So they'll have to prioritize. They'll have to make every offensive possession very efficient.
That's right. Jenneret with the quaffle, and it's blocked by Parada as Morella makes the tackle. Parada running the other way, working on Cole, looks to Arencibia, but Arencibia is beat.
That was just excellent timing and communication between these beaters. Nardone got the ball right back as soon as Yada made that pass to Arencibia through the middle of the field.
And
Nardone
the Admirals
cleaned it
beaters
up.
are quite literally keeping them in the game right now. Justin Cole with the quaffle, looks to Dale Farnan. Jason Rosenberg runs back into the play as Farnan drives on Arencibia and
Arencibia tackles him
out of bounds, which is a quaffle turnover, and Arencibia will take the quaffle back into play as the Titans look to get one of the 2 remaining goals that they need to clinch this series.
Jerome is back in with Rachel Ayala Silver, so we'll have to see if this pairing can really put them over the top again.
Jackson passes to Morella. Morella over to Jackson. Jerome coming in from behind as Ayala Silver
Looks like
makes
they're
a beat.
they might be able to get
Nardone is
control
still in
back
the
here.
play, though. And that's a goal from John Jackson. And the Titans are 1 goal away from clinching the series. The Admirals still need 4. And play is stopped. The referees confer. I'm not sure about what. I'm hearing that there is a discussion about a possible face beat. A warning for excessive force on the face beat is given to New York.
Smith has subbed out for Katrina Hicks. You know, I don't think we have seen this beater pair so far today.
No, we
Nardone
have
and
not.
Hicks.
No,
We've
each
usually-
has played well individually,
Yeah.
but yeah, it'll be interesting to see what they do together. They'll need to swing this game pretty quickly, as the Admirals cannot afford a mistake here with the Titans up 95-60. Dale Farnan is tackled by JC Arancibia. Farnan retains possession of the quaffle, though, and now Arancibia is beat by Cody Nardone. And there is another stoppage.
There's 2 fouls on the play. First, illegal physical contact, contact from behind. New York number 88. All right, JC. That's 1 minute in the box until Washington scores. Second, there's a warning to Washington for making ref calls. Hey, guys.
And there's 2 fouls on the play, a yellow card to JC Arancibia for contact from behind, and also a warning to the Washington bench for making ref calls.
And unlike USQ, MLQ, remember, is 3 yellows is equal to disqualification for the rest of the game. So Arancibia is at 2 right now. That should last, hopefully, if Titans are able to score soon. But playing with 2 yellows is obviously a lot more dangerous situation than Arancibia wants to be in.
Yeah, 2 relatively harsh calls on Arancibia. Trudeau waiting patiently, looking for his opportunity. Katrina Hicks beats out David Fox as she regains the bludger. Working on Fox again as Trudeau and Bear pass at the top of the key. Bear throws to Dale Farnan. Farnan back to Bear. Bear looking for Mulcahy, who is beat out by Antoine Giron. And the Titans will now have the chance to win the game.
And Arancibia, if they wait just a few more seconds, Sebia is going to come back into this game.
That's a fantastic penalty kill by the New York Titans.
And there it is. JC Arancibia is back into this game. And now they have 1 goal away from clinching this series.
And Ayala Silva and Giron with bludger control. The pass to Fox behind the hoops. Fox throws back to Jackson. Ayala Silva and Giron are just looking to create that small opening that the New York Titans need. Jackson advances. He's within shooting range. Waits
Honestly, at this
patiently.
Would you not just ask your beaters to blow everything up?
Yeah, I mean,
Go
they
for that.
could.
Looks like what
Giron
they're
is
doing,
thinking
looks like
that
what they're
way.
doing. Bludgers.
Arancibia draws the tackle from Trudeau. Jackson steps back now. Jackson throws to Fox, who looks to Morella. Morella shoots and scores, and that's her second winning goal of the day. Lindsay Morella with the goal. The Titans up 105-60, and that is game. The New York Titans clinched the series after a very strong start by the Washington Admirals, who began the game up 40-10. The Titans respond and score the net, go on a 95-20 run to finish the game. powered by a Kellen Cupid snitch catch and that Lindsey Morella final goal. Naresh, why did the Titans win this game?
It was honestly, it was a mix of great offensive execution by their quaffle players, and honestly, that quick catch, the fact that they didn't let TJ Generate get more than a couple looks at the snitch, and the fact that Kellen Cupid was able to come in and immediately grab that was brilliant. And I think that really, really took the sails out of this Admirals team. The fact that they got down in that snitch on pitch period as fast as they did.
Absolutely. And we will be signing off now from the fields at RFK Stadium, and we will bring you Game 3 in 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you.